Today, we're in Osaka, Japan, checking out a completely normal electronics store. And this thing blows me away just because of how much stuff they show. Right off the bat, you walk in the door and you see Mario sitting on top of a pipe. And no, not that type of pipe. It's a Switch advertisement. It's pretty cool. And right next to it, you see PlayStation. That's a little weird, but it is what it is. Walking past the DVD section, you see nothing of note unless you're from 2010. And then you see all these PlayStation things. A lot of them are pretty cool. If you pause the video, you'll see that. But the one that really caught my eye was this thing right here. This is for fighting games. And I knew these things existed, but I've never seen one in the wild. Now we're walking past the Xbox section. It's nothing special because PlayStation and Nintendo are sort of king here. Also a bunch of tape things are right next to the Xbox display. Interesting. Now, we got some Mario, Link, and all those action figures. They cost about 19,000 to like 20 something thousand yen, which is probably like $15 to $20. It's a little expensive. This one's a lot more expensive, by the way, but it's a little expensive, but not too bad given the level of detail. Now you got some more Nintendo plushies, which are great for the kids. And right here, I've got to tell you, if you guys see anything you want, comment down below what you'd like. If this video gets like 10,000 likes, I'll ship some stuff out to all of you. Not all of you, but some of you. But you've got to make sure it gets those likes before I leave Osaka, Japan. So make sure you watch this the whole way through. Make sure you hit like and comment if you want. This game right here is really awesome, by the way. It's just like so bright and colorful. It's so Japanese. I love it. Now we're gonna walk through a bunch of other things that are sort of cool. Like these are just a bunch of Pokemon things, I think. It says Pocket Monster, but it's got the Pokeball thing on the box, so I assume they're Pokemon. Look, to me, there's 151 Pokemon. If you disagree, you're wrong. Now we've got Luigi's Mansion 2, and if you just noted my Pokemon reference, you probably also know that I played Luigi's Mansion 1. It's a cool game, 2 looks better. Now, moving on, you got some stickers, and you got this thing. I don't know exactly what this is. This is some anime-related thing. I don't know the name of the anime, but it looks really cool, and maybe one of you wants me to send that. So again, comment down below and make sure you like the video, because if it gets 10,000 likes, some of you will be getting some really cool stuff. The other cool thing about this is they don't just stick to anime here. A lot of people think Japan's all about anime, but look at this right here. You can create your streaming setup in miniatures, and you can put Pikachu right next to it. Here's some more miniatures, but I'll probably cut that because you can see my butt, which isn't nice. Now we've got some kids stuff, which isn't that interesting, but I still wanted to show it. Now we've got the Lego section. Yeah, that's right. An electronics store in Japan has a Lego section. And from exploring Japan quite a bit, that's normal. Yeah, they've also got Mario Legos. I know that's nothing special. I know they've got them in the US and all over the world, but I love the fact there's so much Mario stuff nowadays. Here we've got some more figurines. I think those are actually kids' figurines. And here we've got some game demos. This is cool because you can see all the different games. Luigi's Mansion 2, an old school game right there. And then you get my dream streaming set up right here. It's Minecraft themed. I'd like it to be Rust themed, but it is what it is. Handheld right there, by the way. But it's cool to see. It's cool that they put all that out there and you can just display it. And you can sort of imagine yourself there. Also, here's another Street Fighter type thing. It's pretty cool. I'm surprised they have so many of them all over the place. And it's interesting to actually try out. It did feel like an old school arcade, so I was a bit tempted. And with that, we're done with floor 1. There's a lot to see on floor 1, but I need to show you guys the other floors because there's so many amazing things here. So let's head to floor 3, which is even better than floor 1, I'd say. You got a bunch of laptops for stuff, but you've also got this. This is a nice little VR headset. There's a cooler one coming, but this is sort of cool. It looks a little futuristic. And then they've got these things. These are like bags that they sell laptops in. So you just buy one of those bags and you can walk out with a brand new laptop. But if you want a really cool gaming setup, you gotta get something like this. You gotta get that shit themed plushie with the Razer headphones, ironic, and a laptop cooler. I also was tempted to buy that cooler because I'm on a laptop right now, because if you want a game when you travel. So now we're going to go through the phones. I don't think anyone's too interested, but if you hit pause right here, you can see the price of an iPhone 15. It's still pretty expensive. Spoiler alert. Also, this place didn't have any crazy phones or laptops, so I sort of just ran through it. It's interesting that they plastic up some but not others, but this is even more interesting. It's the Sound Slayer. You put this thing around your neck and it emulates 3D sound. I don't know exactly if it works or not because the demo wasn't working, but it's a cool idea. I love it. I love the fact that they're trying stuff like this and that you can go to these stores and gotta try this out. Also, if you're a laptop gamer, sick setup right there. The keyboard. So they've got all the keyboards out there, and they had that keyboard, that yellow keyboard's a ducky keyboard, and honestly, it was my favorite keyboard. I've tried like hundreds of keyboards here. The ducky, that's the way to go, I think. I'm a little sad I didn't buy it. They've also got a bunch of Razer keyboards out there, headphones, everything like that. But I've had a bad experience with Razer. So let's go over here to Steel Series. This is a Steel Series mouse. It's super light. I've never tried it before. This was my first time trying it, and it was a little too light for me. But it's so cool that you can go into these stores in Japan and try out all of the technology. In the US, you just got to buy it on Amazon and return it if it doesn't work. If you do that 300 times, it takes a lot of time. In Japan, you literally just walk up and start playing with it. They've even got game controllers out there. Some of them are just normal Xbox controllers, and some are completely transparent. This one was pretty cool, to be honest, but yeah, it felt like a normal Xbox controller, but I love the transparency fact of it. We do have some other cooler controllers, though. First off, you've got this purple Xbox controller, which is nothing special, but the next one is. And the reason this is special isn't because of the controller, it's because of what's attached to it. You got that little phone screen on top of it. I know that exists. I've never seen it before in the wild, and it's cool. Like, you can put your YouTube tutorials on there and give Serial Lover Drive a bit of money and play your favorite video game. And you've still got the Razer section right here. I'm not a big fan of Razer. That's not changed. This store didn't convince me. Also, a bunch of sick PCs. So if you're into desktop gaming or gaming in general, the cool thing about these stores, again, I keep repeating myself, is that you can go to them and try everything. You don't have to wonder if this is the keyboard for you or if this feels right for you. You can go and try it. Also, that keyboard I just showed, really cool LED lights. And they've got even more cool lights. I don't stream, I don't show my face, but I'm so tempted to buy these just because they look sick. And even better, they show you a mock streaming setup, so you can imagine just how that would look if you had it. And the setup looks cool. Honestly, I've got a better mic, not this one, but the one that I've got at home. But it's a cool setup. I love the fact that they show it. And better yet, fun fact, plugs in Japan are literally the same as the US. So if you buy something in Japan and bring it back home, it'll work, assuming home is the US. It's the UK, Australia, Guam. Actually, Guam's the US, so probably would work there too. Anyways, here's the Ducky keyboard again, and now we're going to go to the handhelds. These are pretty cool. It was interesting to see again. I haven't seen any of these, and it was cool to be able to compare and see these things in person and just see how big they were and how easy it would be to actually bring those along with you on a flight. So while I do like gaming in the destination, it would be even cooler to be able to game on the flight. And if you want to game on the flight, these are almost a must. This is cool. So these are glasses that have screens in them, basically like mirrors, and you can see everything in front of you, but you can also see what's on your screen. So in this case, you're playing basically what's off that phone, and it's really awesome. Honestly, this could be the future of gaming. If you're on a plane and you want to play like that Call of Duty scene where they shoot up the airport, this is your go-to. Don't do it on a laptop, folks. That makes immigration and border crossings a little bit harder. So now we're going to be going to the next floor, and this floor has something really cool that I want to share with you. This the floor with all the computer cards. And here they have graphics cards, and there's something really interesting about these cards. They've got a card that I've never seen before. First off, they've got a bunch of fans that you can use for cooling yourself down because it's the summer, and why should a tech store not have that? Spoiler alert, they don't have that in most places, but in Japan they do. Also, they've got these massive tablets. I don't know who's carrying those around, but you know, no, I know they're probably for tables and architects and things like that, but it's funnier to imagine some midget running around with that thing. And they've got more keyboards, but these are membrane keyboards. Also, this thing, it's like a 360 camera. I've seen people do videos with this, and they're really cool. So I really wanted to buy one, but I didn't because, yeah. And now we've got the graphics card section. So you got your 4090s, your 4080s. The boxes look cool, but they don't look as cool as they used to back in the day. And that wasn't the graphics card that interests me the most. You got the 4070s, those don't interest me. The 4060s, they are what they are. And the 4050s, but you've got these Intel Arc cards. And the reason this is so cool is because I've never seen an Arc card in person. So I actually got to see one of those. And it's cool, it's a third competitor. Like, you no longer have to go Intel or you no longer have to go NVIDIA or AMD. You can go to Intel. Also, they've got all these motherboards and literally everything you need to buy a computer is in this store. You don't need to go anywhere else. You can go to floor 4 and buy everything that you need to build your own computer. This was all really awesome. There's so much in this store to share that I don't want this video to go too long. This is my first real life video, and if you all like this, I'll do some more, like some retro stuff and all that. But to leave you, this is a Japanese fridge, and this is a weird Japanese washer. Thank you for watching. And if you like this enough, I'll be sending out some stuff to some of you. Until next time, peace.